And how it can happen and why it will happen and why request to pay is such a good thing is that the customer journeys with request to pay will radically change from this current experience to this kind of future experience. Why I'm saying this is that because if we are thinking about any of the use cases that are associated or that are described in the request to pay service, both in-store payments, the e-commerce and m-commerce payments, the B2B e-invoicing and payments, and even the recurring payments include the element of e-invoicing. You always have an invoice or a bill that must be paid. In each of these situations, you will have the invoice, so you can utilize the integration of e-invoicing and request to pay. And the other thing what is important to mention, that request to pay in itself will not solve the customer's problem. So the customer's problem is that they want an end-to-end solution for their problem. They want to get paid by someone, and they want to have integrated data about all the transactions. So just simply sending a request to pay message or receiving a request to pay message, it will be good. But together with e-invoicing and together with all the data provided by the invoice, the payment request, and the payment solves the customer's problem, which is on one hand digitalizing the invoicing and payments processes, but also automation of the reconciliation problem. And why the request to pay service is good in this respect is that because it will be a pull transaction instead of a push direction for all kinds of transactions. And this means that you will have control over the data, what is put into the payment instruction. So if you generate the payment request right from the invoice, then the invoice reference number will be always in the payment request and the payment, and this will enable the transaction reconciliation automation. And as I mentioned, the invoice data, the payment request data, and the payment data together will provide a much richer data set than before, which again contributes as the most important thing is the reconciliation automation, but also for the later data analysis capabilities of the bank.